Shalom. This is Brooklyn Inside. Congregation of the video through the scrap copy of Hashem outside. Always, Lord, will not pray these lessons be edifying to the Lord's elect. Whoever you are that is scattered abroad, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makadash. Give the honor to the apostle and elders of their son who will teach well. And peace and salutation to you, Akamon, forward, Christian truth, and sincerity and diligence. Alright. I basically want to do a quick video of this script copy of Hashem outside. This little article, right? Basically going into a woman being mauled by a pack of Great Danes, right? Now, this made me automatically think about how this act alone, right, is a judgment, right? This is a judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shai, but not only a judgment, but it is a sign and a testament of the things that are to come, right? Because, you know, like we always go out and preach and speak about is the times of Jacob's trouble, right? The times of civil unrest, the time of famine, the time of pestilence, and we like the scriptures speak about, right? The prophecies to speak these things and warn the people to let them know what was to come, right? But this right here stood out to me because what? Salaki, right? You will have this play out, right? You will have animals, right? The beasts of the field, right? Like the scripture tells us in the book of Jeremiah, and that's also in the book of Jeremiah, the 15th chapter. And that's what I thought about when I seen this, right? It's that the Lord will pour for a kind. It talks about the dog, the terror, and so on and so forth, right? And we're going to get on into it, right? Because this is for the individuals that believe that the things that the prophets are speaking and the things that we are saying are far-fetched. No, it's not far-fetched, man. These things will happen, and these things are happening in the earth, man, right? Where the animals are going rogue, man, right? Where it says a woman killed after being mauled by a pack of 24 Great Danes. Now, you know anything about Great Danes? Great Danes will hunt animals back in the days, man. They used Great Danes to hunt wild boars and bears and shit like that, man, right? But so that shows that alone is that what this is a judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I believe that she was a Californian. So it says residents of a rural California community say that the pack of dogs have been terrorizing them for several months, right? You could, you know, go on and continue to read about, you know, actually what took place. But, you know, the purpose of this lesson is that what in the times to come, many will be taken by the beasts of the earth, man. You see? Matter of fact, the scriptures talk about there being spirits created for vengeance. What that is, this is Sirach 39 and verse 27. It says, all things are for good to the godly, but to the sinner they are turned to evil. Right? And that's what the Lord is sending. He's sending great evils, right, to grab hold of the people in the earth, man, right? Like one of my favorite verses to read is that Jeremiah 11:11. Says, I will deliver them into evils that they shall not be able to escape, even if they call unto me. You see? So it's going to be great evils that is coming into the earth, man. That's going to grab hold of the wicked, right? Because all of these things are created for the wicked. Famine, bloodshed, right? All of the prophecies and the horrific things that is going to happen, the terrible things that are going to happen, that's going to have the world and the people in fear, is for the wicked. You see? But it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. It says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right? So look, I'm gonna keep going. It says, fire and hell and famine and death, all these are created for vengeance. You see, all these things are created for vengeance. Now the Lord is going to allow the angels to run rampant, right? And orchestrate everything that's going to take place, right? So it says teeth and wild beasts and scorpions and serpents and swords, punishing the wicked to destruction, man. You see, but it says what the teeth of wild beasts, and this is what we're seeing in this instance, man. You see, so not only is it going to be Esau coming down with that sword to come up against us, but it's going to be Jake going against Jake. Jake going to be going against the animals, going to be going against, you know, the people in the earth. You see? But if we be of Yahweh Shemel Shai and service of Yahweh Shemel Shai and doing what's pleasing unto him, we have nothing to fear. We have nothing to worry about. The scriptures talk about in famine we shall laugh. Matter of fact, let's get that. It also, I believe in that same verse, it says that that we shall be in league with the beasts of the field, right? So this is Job 5 and verse 22. It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, It says that destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. It says, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee, man. And we have, right, so like we're saying, all of these things are created for the wicked, right? These things are going to grab hold of the wicked, but if we be servants of Yahweh Shemashah and found pleasurable before us outside, we're going to be what? In league with, right? We're going to be at peace with. Matter of fact, let me get that in the blue letter. This is Job 5 in a blue letter. Well, in NLT, 22, it says, you will laugh at destruction and famine. Wild animals will not terrify you. You see, so we're not going to fear these things, man. It makes me think about Daniel, right? For an example, Daniel being thrown in that lion's den after, the king had starved them out, and they threw Daniel in there, right? Hey, Daniel used those lions as pillows, man. You see? So that alone was a testament to showing the power of Yahweh Shemashah and the God that we serve and we fear, man. You see, so that likewise will take place in the times to come, right? We're not going to be, because like we're saying, we're reading these articles and we're seeing these things and we're turning to biblical prophecy. We're seeing how these dogs just attacked this woman, right, and went all out. Hey, that's going to be what's going to take place in the time, because dogs are pack animals. They're going to turn back to that mentality. Right, when there's no food out here, there's no water, you're going to be the meal. Right, thinking about these zoos and all these exotic animals and the animals that we have in these zoos, that Esau be bringing down, these lions and shit, right? These big ass cats, these various, types of cats that, be in these zoos and shit, man. When them things get loose, man, they going to be, and that's an account in the scriptures also, right? Of a matter of fact, we can get that. What that is, I think the first, what did it say, let's see real quick. This is 1 Kings 13 and verse, this is 1 Kings 13 and I read 14. I started at 14 and just read down, right? It says, and went after the man of the Most High and found him sitting under an oak. And he said unto him, art thou the man of the Most High that camest from Judah? And he said, I am. Now I believe this was the account when the man was told to not eat or drink, right? And he was deceived. We'll just get into it. But it says, then he said unto him, come home with me and eat bread. Right? It says, come home with me and come home with me and eat bread. And he said, said, I may not return with thee, nor to go in with thee, neither will I eat bread nor drink water with thee in this place. It says, for it was said to me by the word of the Lord, by the word of Yahweh, it says, thou shalt eat no bread, nor drink water there, nor turn again to go by the way that thou camest. And he said unto me, I am a prophet also, as thou art. An angel spake unto me by the word of the Lord, saying, bring him back with thee into thine house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him. So, it says the old man was lying to him in NLT. But it says, so he went back with him and did eat bread in his house and drank water. It says, and it came to pass as they sat at the table, that the word of the Lord came unto the prophet that brought him back. And he cried unto the man of the Most High that came from Judah, saying, thus said the Lord, for as much as thou hast disobeyed. So he was being disobedient, right? So this was going to take place into all those that are disobedient to Yahweh Shemashah, right? And not fearing Yahweh Shemashah. It says, that has disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and has not kept the commandment which the Lord thy God had commanded thee. And that shows that this alone shows how serious the words and the commands and the things that the Lord have called for us to do is, man. Right? It says, but camest back and hast eaten bread and drunken water in the place of which the Lord did say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water. Yep. It says, thy carcass shall not come into the scepter of thy father. So he wouldn't be, buried. When you're reading NLT, it says your body will not be buried in the grave of your ancestors, right? So it says, and it came to pass after he had eaten bread and after he had drunk, that he saddled for him the ass, to wit, for the prophet whom he had brought back. It says, and when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him, and his carcasses was cast in the way, and the ass stood by it. It says the lion also stood by the carcass. You see? And you continue to read on to the story, but ultimately he was disobedient to Yahweh Shemel Shai, and what grabbed a hold of him? A wild beast, a lion. You see? And the lion, when you read it, it didn't even touch the ass. It didn't do the donkey nothing. Right? It didn't do his ass nothing. It only jumped on that prophet. Right? That it only jumped on that old man, showing that what it was of Yahweh Shemel Shai to send that spirit upon that lion to only jump upon him, and this was his judgment. So the same thing with this woman, and the same thing that will take place unto the wicked in the times to come, man. Right? Everything will have a spirit to do whatever it is that the Lord have enlisted for it to do. Now, like we were saying, imagine when it's a famine. The Lord said he would break the staff of bread and water, right? Imagine when the food is short and the animals, they get to running wild, right? Those zoos, we were talking about those zoos being set free, right? This is what's going to take place. It's going to be way more of this taking place, man, right? Matter of fact, we can get that. This is Jeremiah. And verse 2, it says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Right? It says, because this is going to be the question that many of the masters are going to be asking, man. When shit get to cracking, and they get to seeing everything that the prophets have spoken to be true, what it says in the book of, what that is? Ezekiel? It says that they shall know that a prophet hath been among them. But it says, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, thus said the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such, because you're going to die in numerous amount of ways, man. You got people that die by the famine, people die by the sword, by the beast, right? By the babe. What it say? It say that they shall die grievous deaths, man. Right? But it says death to death, and such are as the sword to the sword, and such are as the famine to the famine. See, different variations of death. Right? It's one that say whom that the famine don't get, the sword will slay. Right? You're paraphrasing, right? But it says famine to famine, and such as the captivity to captivity, being thrown in concentration camps, and so on and so forth. It says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy, man. You see, so people are going to be being ate alive, right? Dead bodies are going to be eaten by the fowls of the air, right? As when you read that in the book of Jeremiah, the 7th chapter, right, where it says that the carcass of the people shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away, right? That's how much death, right, is basically going to basically grab hold of the earth, man. You see? It talks about that in Revelation, the 19th chapter, where it says that he's going to call the fowls of the air to partake in the last supper, the supper of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Right? And we're seeing these things, right? Matter of fact, when we read the next chapter, it tell you that they won't be buried nor lamented. Let me get that. This is Jeremiah 16 and verse 4. It says, they shall die of grievous deaths. When you read it, it says of terrible diseases. Right? You got many disease warfare going on. You got many diseases that's coming about the livestock, and all kind of different shit that's going on, man. Right? But it says grievous deaths, they shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword. Hey, and when you look back at the shit that happened with the COVID, right? When you had that crack off, right? You had Esau showing on the television those bodies just laying there in bags, and all kind of different shit. Now imagine when it's full-fledged going down, man. Right? When there's no turning back. Right? It says, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by the famine, and the carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth, man. You see? So what we're reading and what we're seeing taking place today is a statement of what is to come. You see, and what will take place in the earth. and that what people will see take place. You might be on the flyby and see a pack of dogs getting loose on somebody's shit, man. Right? A jag or some shit that's not even supposed to be in Louisiana. And talk about that too. The scripture says that the wild beasts shall change their places, right? You're gonna have these animals that's not supposed to be in certain states, and certain places, they gonna be there, right? But all in all, right, this woman being mauled was an act of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. We're gonna see many more of this, man, much more of this, and it behooves the masses. It'll behoove those to what? To fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We'll end it off with that, right? Because hey, that prophet that we just read about in the book of Kings, right? He was disobedient, right? And we see what will take place and what the Lord is capable and able to do, right? It's one that talks about, and there's no running, right? It says that one that fled from a bear, I think it say, and a lion met him, or one that fled from a lion and a bear met him, put his hand on the water and the spider bit him. But just paraphrasing that scripture, right? It's going to be trouble on every side, man. There's nowhere you go to run from your destination and your judgment that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has set, man. So I ended up with this one. This is Revelations 14 and verse 7. It says, saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the foundations of the waters, man. So the verse 8, it says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations to drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, man. So this place is on its way out, man, and we're seeing it, right? And we're seeing that it's gonna get real ugly. It's gonna get real ugly and real nasty in society, man. So I just want to do this quick video through the Spring Power about Shem Yahushai, man. Lord willing, it was edifying to you. I can exhortation to you. I can also, man, seeing that these things are happening on earth and knowing that this is what soon to come, right? And we should all be making sure that we're being tight and we're lining out, right, the things that need to be ironed out, and making sure that we're right with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so that we don't be partakers of this judgment, and that we be able to be the ones that laugh at famine, that these things won't come into, man. You see, because this is not a joke, man. It's a scary thing, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not a joke, right? It's not a game. This is real deal, right? So it says a woman killed being mauled by a pack of 24. Damn. So I don't think I read it. It say 24 Great Danes. That's a lot of fucking dogs to jump on your ass. But when you can read through this. They belong to a property owner, let them run free. Hector's said he and his neighbors called the animal control. And I believe I seen another article saying that they was gonna euthanize them and shit like that. But all in all, this was a judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that going out throughout the earth, man. The scriptures say that the Lord bring forth judgment, every morning. So that's all it, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I say to you, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to you. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders, great men, so we teach well. And peace and salutation to you, I can unfold, and special truth, sincerity, and diligence. Till next time, Shalom.